Good morning. This is an IELTS reading related to ecotourism. So here, I will be mainly focusing on discussing the vocabularies. Along with, you can use the same sentence, same ideas, concepts for your essays. So let's start. And here in this video itself, I will be showing you how to paraphrase and the importance of synonyms. So we can start. Ecotourism. If you still believe the once commonly held misconception that tourism is only an indulgence for the wealthy. Okay, what is the meaning of indulgence? Okay, indulgence means, so this is the word indulgence. So the meaning is an occasion when you allow someone or yourself to have something enjoyable. So something which is quite enjoyable, that is known as indulgence. Okay. Chocolate is my only indulgence means I am happy with chocolate only. Okay. Something which you enjoyable. So chocolate is my only indulgence. Next sentence is all the pleasures and indulgences of the weekend are over. I must get down to some serious hard work. Once again, all the pleasures and indulgence of the weekend are over and I must get down to some serious hard work. His health suffered from overindulgence in indulgence means too much rich food and drink. Okay, so that is the meaning. So let's read again. So only and intelligence, only wealthy people can enjoy. So once commonly held misconception. So you can talk about that in different essays. Once commonly held misconception that if you talk about traditional teaching. Okay, once commonly held misconception that traditional method of chalkboard teaching was the best. Now that got completely over, right? So how we can tell you are living in the old age? How you can say that? So that is the next word. You are out of step with the times. So what we can say? You are out of step with the times. That means now you are not so much updated. Okay, so that is meaning you are out of step with the times. Okay, now let me show you the synonym and the vocabulary. So either you can say out of step with something. So here this used out of step with time, or you can say out of sync with modern times. Same meaning. Out of step with someone or out of sync with modern times. So one example sentence with this out of step. The government's remarks show that she is seriously out of step with voters. So the government's remark shows that she is seriously out of step with the voters. Okay. Now let's read again. So the tourism market is accessible to and indeed marketed toward many different sections of the community. Okay, for different sections, what we can use a synonym? Diverse section for different. So it's when importance of synonym is that when you are using one synonym, then you have to intentionally replace that synonym in the next sentence, similar sentence. Okay, so don't repeat the vocabularies which you are using. So the tourism market is accessible to, it's aimed at, accessible to and indeed marketed toward. So aimed at, more than that, marketed toward many diverse sections of the community or society, you can say. So we studied indulgence, which means something which you enjoy the most, or you can say too much, out of step, or out of step with something, or out of sync with modern times. So whom they are marketing, aiming, right? So they are adventurous, fitness freaks, nature lovers, and business people. Okay, business you can say like entrepreneurs, right? People all contribute to a rapidly expanding. So what you can substitute instead of rapidly expanding? Rapidly developing sector. That's why it's written in the small letter, or in means small size, small font. Developing sector of the global economy. Now section A, this billion-dollar industry, what you can substitute in instead of that? Biggest money making industry. Okay, billion-dollar industry. So if whatever business, anything, IT sector, everything is, whatever industry you are talking about, mostly you can say it's a billion-dollar industry or biggest money making industry. While this is actually whilst affected slightly by the unforeseen events, some unexpected, unanticipated, or you can say inevitable circumstances. Inevitable. Okay, so this is one important vocabulary which will be quietly repeating. Okay, unforeseen, unanticipated, inevitable circumstance of 11th World Trade Center, that tragedy. Okay, 2001 has experienced significant growth. What you can use instead of significant? So see, this is I took from IELTS reading section. Okay, experience significant growth means witness. Experience, what is the synonym? You can use witnessed, significant. Okay, notable growth. So experienced or witnessed notable growth. Since the late 1980s, the subsequent economic benefits. So instead of that we can use subsequent. What is the synonym? So subsequent means consequent. Okay, this is known as paraphrasing. Okay, the consequent economic you will change to financial, benefits you change to advantages. So you didn't, if the question is like this, you didn't use the same vocabulary itself. So subsequent means consequent, economic means financial, benefits means advantages. Okay, for governments are well documented. How you can say well documented? Well registered. Okay, so well documented equal well registered. As tourism boost, boost is the secret of our energy, right? Boost, promotes foreign investment and foreign exchange. What are the synonyms which you can use? Foreign, or you can say international financing, and exchange you can say transaction. Okay, almost similar meaning. Foreign investment and foreign exchange means foreign financing and transactions. Now, so this is actually this is the sentence, this is the paraphrase. Fine. Large scale resort. Okay, what is the synonym for large scale? Okay, large scale, that is extensive. Okay, fine. Large scale resorts and civil infrastructure. What we can replace for civil? Okay, civil infrastructure means public infrastructure. Okay, were often. What is the synonym for often? Frequently. Okay, were the, or you can say frequent, that is a good vocabulary. Often the only response. Okay, only response to successful marketing. Why everything is happening? So because of successive marketing and increased tourist demand, only this resource and civil infrastructure is flourishing, right? So how that they said like this: often the only response to successful marketing and increased tourist demands. So how they rephrased? Were the only acknowledgement. So only response, how we modified only acknowledgement to successful. What is the, so you are learning so many vocabulary, right? Successful means what? To thriving, marketing and increased tourist. So what is the vocabulary synonym for tourist? Okay, vacationist. Okay, vacationist demands. Fine. Now this is the sentence and this is the paraphrasing. This is the sentence, this is the paraphrase. It is not surprising. Okay, it is no astonishment. Okay, fine. Or you can say flabbergasting. Flabbergasting. So that is the vocabulary. It is not surprising or flabbergasting or astonishment. Then that the direct impact. So instead of direct impact, then the immediate impact on the. Let me read the sentence first and then we can read the paraphrase. It is not surprising that the direct impact on the environment and regional or indigenous population became a contentious issue. Okay, what is the meaning of contentious? Okay, which means argumentative. Okay, contentious means argumentative concern. Okay, surprising, astonishment, direct impact, immediate impact on the environment, and so regional. Instead of, what is the synonym? Regional, local. Okay, regional or local. See, this is for different essays. Okay, think that like that. Indigenous means indigenous populations. You can paraphrase as native communities became contentious. Okay, one place you can use contentious issue and another place you can use argumentative concern. Okay, fine. Next, so sentence paraphrasing. Governments and big businesses. So it's instead of big. Okay, let me read the sentence first. Government and big business became the target of environmentalists and activists who argued that mass tourism was not and is not sustainable. Okay, government and big businesses became the target. So instead of big businesses, so extensive. Okay, here also large scale resort we used extensive. Okay, big, large scale. Okay, extensive. Okay, so extensive business became the primary targets. So one more adjective has been added, primary targets of environmentalist and activist. You can say ecologist, eco-activists. See, we know environmentalists and activists also. It's I don't know how many are using activists. Okay, you can use environmentalist, any environmental problem you can use, global warming or let it be any environmental pollutions. You can use environmentalist, activist, ecologist, eco-activist who argued means debated. Okay, who debated that mass tourism is not a sustainable option. Okay, here extra option has been added. So this is the sentence paraphrasing. As hordes of tourists, hordes means large group of tourists, descended on often overcrowded beaches and overused parklands. Okay, this became apparent. Apparent means clear. Ecotourism was born. That's the reason why ecotourism was born. As hordes of tourists, this was become tourists. You can say vacationist. Okay, vacationist descended on rather. Okay, you can say rather than saying visited, descended on often, frequently. Okay, overcrowded beaches. See, here they used adjectives overcrowded and overused parks, parklands. This became apparent, this became clear. Ecotourism was born. Paraphrasing. This was because vacation is frequently overcrowded changed to congested the beaches and parkland and exploited the natural resources. So exploited, extra additional word vocabulary you added, exploited the natural resources. See, resources. This led to the origin of ecotourism. Ecotourism was born, origin of ecotourism. Okay. So we learned one word, contentious. Okay. Say more argumentative, contentious issue, argumentative issue. So the same thing only. Sentence, a contentious decision or a contentious policy or contentious subject, you can say also, or argumentative decision, argumentative policy, argumentative subject. She has some very contentious views on education. Okay, dislike, right? Disagreement. The director had a contentious relationship with the eccentric actor. The director had a contentious, okay, disagreement or argumentative type of relationship with the eccentric actor. Now, related to ecotourism, we always listen to one vocabulary, that is sustainable, which means related to environment, causing or made in a way that causes little or no damage to the environment. So there is little or no damage to the environment, therefore able to continue for a long time. That is known as sustainable. A large international meeting was held with the aim of promoting sustainable, little damage causing development in all countries. A large international meeting was held with the aim of promoting sustainable development in all countries. Okay. The website encourages sustainable fashion through swapping. Okay. Okay. Next, this is the sentence and this is the paraphrase. The broad concept of ecotourism as a nature-based, culturally sensitive form of tourism was taken up enthusiastically because there appear to be few losers. Okay, so let me say this. If you can remember somewhat vocabulary from here, you can actually use those things for your essays. How much ever you can grab, that is your capacity, not anyone's fault. Okay, so if you are able to catch almost all the vocabulary, the idea, and if you can reuse it, how you can do that? If you are revising only, it's possible. Otherwise, open this and then start writing, start grabbing the idea, have a recheck, try to write an essay by yourself related to ecotourism. So when you activate your memory, or when you try it, even if you are copying that sentence, then it will become part of your active memory, active vocabulary. That is the only option to write a good essays, or wide reading is needed. So if you don't read and if you want your essays to be like band 7 or more than that, it won't be possible. Sorry to say that. So the broad concept of ecotourism as a nature-based or culturally sensitive form of tourism was taken up enthusiastically because there appear. See, this sentence is a little bit difficult. If you get, it's fine. Otherwise, leave it. So broad concept is changed to idea of ecotourism as an nature-based changed to environment-based, culture, ethically sensitive, delicate form of tourism, figure of tourism was taken up, driven up with enthusiasm, enthusiastically or with enthusiasm, since there seemed to be some few losers or some sufferers. Like, we can go with this idea. Okay, the idea of ecotourism as an environment based, ethically delicate, it's a delicate figure of tourism, was driven up with enthusiasm since there seemed to be some sufferers. See, who are the sufferers if tourism happens? Okay, so the main money will be going to government, air, that flight, or major tourist spots like infrastructure owners, shopping malls or something. But the local peoples, they are the sufferers. They are not getting enough money to survive. Okay, they are getting meager, like average amount of money. Okay, other fortune, other throwing money is to these people, high, like big class people, business people, right? So this is the concept. So sufferers or losers are poor people. Okay. Now, sentence along with paraphrasing. Governments were given a convenient escape route as ecotourism appeased the environmentalists and local communities but still provided income. Okay, so government were given, provided. So a convenient escape plans. Say government now ecotourism, because of the term ecotourism, these environmentalists and local community peoples are so happy. Okay, so governments can also make money. Poor people also can make money. So this is the concept of ecotourism. There is little damage to the environment, so everyone is happy, so that is considered as an escape route or convenient escape plan. Okay, that's the idea over here. Government were given a convenient escape route as ecotourism appeased the environmentalist. Okay, appeased meaning satisfied. Okay, so vocabulary: appeased, satisfied. Environmentalist we change to eco conservationist. Okay, see how we are changing this vocabulary: environmentalist, activist, eco. Before we studied one more thing, right? Are you remembering? Okay, ecologist and eco activist. So ecologist, eco activist. Now we are learning one more vocabulary, that is eco conservationist. How many things are there, right? Okay, and regional population, local means regional, communities means population, but still provided, you can say rendered income, earnings, income equal to earnings. Okay, see, the thing is that almost all essays related to Cambridge, it all those answer are not it's not arranged, but it's actually distributed as IELTS reading. Okay, IELTS reading means don't think that you are doing a reading. Pay attention to vocabularies. It will be definitely after each reading. Now you come to this reading and then go and do the essays of that. So automatically the vocabulary will be the same, idea will be the same. So answers will be there in the Cambridge. So appease means what? Satisfying. Okay. She claimed that the government had only changed the law in order to satisfy their critics. Okay. So it's like not so satisfied this sentence. Okay. Disapproving sentence. Fine. Now sentence paraphrasing. Environmentalists saw ecotourism as an alternative to mass tourism and its resource exploiting ways. Okay, so environmentalist, eco conservationist, so we change that to observed. Okay, observed. Ecotourism as an option, as an alternative to mass tourism. So as well as it's, see, mass tourism, how many times it's used in the reading. So if it's if you're writing this kind of vocabulary, definitely you will be scoring. Okay, as well as its natural resource abusing, exploiting, what we can say, abusing ways. Okay, now sentence paraphrasing. Local communities envisaged, which means thought of receiving at least a percentage of the tourist dollars. It's a billion-dollar industry, right? Tourist dollars creating job opportunities and giving them control over the impact of their own communities. Okay, regional, local change to regional population. Envisaged means thought of getting at least a part of the vacationist, tourist vacationist. Okay, money. Okay, dollars change to money. Generating, creating, generating. Employment, job equal to employment, opportunity equal to possibilities, and providing, giving them a control over the impact on their own communities. So paraphrased. Okay, so what is the meaning of envisage? Means thought of, or you can say envision, imagine. That is the meaning. Okay, train fare increases of 15% are envisaged for the next years. It's envisaged. It's an envision, like something in the expect something in the future. That is known as. So for the next year means what? It's like expected, right? Thought of for the future. It's envisaged that building will start at the end of this year. You can say expected. Synonym. Okay. Now sentence paraphrasing. It seems that benefits of mass tourism or advantage of mass tourism were going to be expanded, or you can say developed in the new world of ecotourism to include, can you remember the synonym? Cultural, social and environmental elements. It appeared that benefits, advantages of mass tourism were going to be developed in the new world, modern world, or a modern phase of ecotourism. You can write both ways. To include cultural. Cultural we can change to ethical. Social you can change communal. And environmental, ecological elements. Fine. Okay. So this is the main sentence paraphrasing. As evidence of the benefits of ecotourism unfolded, the practice has spread so much so that the United Nations nominated, or you can say nominated or declared 2002 as the International Year of Ecotourism. Evidence as proof of the benefits of ecotourism become available. Okay, proof unfolded became available, you can say unfolded. The practice grew in popularity, spread, grew in popularity. The United Nations declared 2000 to be the International Year of Ecotourism. Okay. Okay. Inevitably. Okay. Anticipated, expected. Perhaps inevitably the meaning of ecotourism became less clear means apparent. Less apparent, clear means apparent, as it enveloped the globe. Enveloped means spread over the world. So rather than saying spread over, you can use this vocabulary. Envelop the globe. Spread over, enveloped. Okay. So here instead of using ecotourism, the meaning of the term became less clear, less apparent. So inevitable meaning is actually inescapable or unavoidable. Something which is unavoidable is known as inevitable, inevitably. The accident was the inevitable consequence or result of carelessness. Okay. See, let me discuss the meaning. Tread means, it means walk. Okay. Tread, past tense is trod. You can also say treaded. Or its future tense is trodden. Okay. Tread, trod, trodden. Okay. So, which basically means walk. I kept treading on his shoes when we were dressing. It means to put your foot on something or press something down with your foot. It's like pressing, trod. I kept treading. Okay, I kept treading on his toes when we were dancing. Yuck, look what I have just trodden in. Okay, a lot of food had been trodden into the carpet. Okay, so now let's read this. The ecotourist is one who does not wish to contribute to the negative impact of large scale mass tourism, or you can say large scale tourism. She generally travel in small groups to low key developments without much development and attempts to tread lightly, to press on lightly on the earth. See, tread lightly. That's why I discussed the meaning tread. Okay. Paraphrasing is like this: an ecotourist is a person who does not want to add on to the negative, add on, want, wish, contribute, add on to the negative impact of large scale tourism. And ecotourists usually travel the local areas, low key developments with small groups. So such people travel in an attempts. See this, they made to single sentence. Here they changed to different sentence. In an attempt to tread lightly on the earth. Okay. Sentence. These small scale developments are environmentally responsible with a view to sustainability in all of the resources used. This local regions means what? Okay, region, small scale development. Okay, the small scale, that is only no local region. Their travel are more sustainable. They care about the future, right? It's less damaged, little or no damage. Sustainable in nature, since the resources are used, we can change to utilized to the maximum capacity. Some sentences are extra. Their landscaping often relies on the use of native flora and they incorporate recycling method. So even ecotourism, what is ecotourism? We don't know, right? So incorporate recycling method, energy efficient practices, that is known as incorporate recycling, and energy conservation. Energy efficient means energy conservation practices. So with the ecotourist, holiday experience will be an element of education. So more of a learning experience, education learning experience about the local environment. Okay. So now the focus is on conservation and the part that humans play in keeping ecosystem functioning. If the area is of cultural or socially important, this too is highlighted. So I am now, from now onwards, I am focusing on the vocabularies only. The ecotourist doesn't condone. What is the meaning of condone? Okay, condone means one second, excuse, or you can say to allow. Synonym is excuse, or you can say to allow or accept behavior that is wrong, that is known as condone. Okay, if the government is seen to condone violence, the bloodshed shed will never stop. Okay, if the government is seen to condone, the bloodshed will never stop. Fine. The ecotourist doesn't condone, doesn't excuse or okay. The ecotourist doesn't condone, doesn't excuse the exploitation of the indigenous or local community. Okay. Okay. Far from it, they insist that the host culture means the country which they are going to, tourists are traveling to, is acknowledged and respected. Acknowledged, respected. That is known as ecotourism. Okay, the repatriation of funds. What is the meaning of repatriation? The act of sending or bringing someone or sometimes money or other property back to the country that he or she, imagine if you migrate, at that time you settle some, you went to Dubai and then you earn something and you bring that money to India. That is known as repatriation. Okay. So the act of sending or bringing someone or sometimes money or other property back to the country that he or she came from. Repatriation of refugees is essential to rebuilding the country. Foreign investors face no limit on repatriation of profits. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of fraud? See, basically, fraud means Frown means actually bending like this to bring your eyebrows together so that there are lines on your face above your eyes open while turning the corners of your mouth downwards in an annoying, angry way. Okay. She frowned at me, annoyed, clearly annoyed. He frowned as he read the instruction as if, really? As if puzzled, right? That expression is known as refrowned. The repatriation of funds to external sources frowned upon. So we don't accept that, right? To external sources. Wherever possible, the benefits of an ecotourist holiday should be shared with the regional communities or the host. Annoyed, okay, irritated, you can say, frowned upon. So from they shouldn't be taking their funds back to their own country, right? Okay, that is known as frowning. So, okay, this is lengthy video. It might be lengthy. I don't know how much time it took. But the thing is that you understood by now. You understood what is paraphrasing, and you are learning several vocabulary. Along with that, you are actually learning ideas or points for your essays. So all of these elements promote minimal impact. So that is known as sustainability, right? Minimal impact on human resources as well as on physical, culture and environmental wants. So they support conservation through education and experience. So previously before this sentence they talked about education and experience is important. They tread lightly, right? Despite the best of intention, as the popularity of ecotourism spreads, there is a concern that ecotourism will have a more adverse effects. So, see this. Now, these points from here, the points are actually talking about the criticism, or if it's a discussion essay, the opposite argument. Okay, that is known as they are not accepting whether ecotourism they frowned upon, right? They are not sure whether ecotourism really helps or not. So that's what they says. They support conservation. You can expect more adverse effects. That's what they say in this sentence. Critics argue that unethical tour operator. So critics, you can say, argue or demand or declare that unethical tour operators wanting to take advantage of trendy ecotourism market print brochures that expose the ethics of ecotourism and show familiar emblems of green frogs and crocodile to promote themselves but do little less. So they are blaming whom? Tour operators. They are actually printing brochures that expose. What is the meaning? Expose means take up or accept. Okay, they actually print brochures related to which talks about the ethics of ecotourism, but there is no connection between them and the tourism. Okay, vegetarianism is one cause she does not espouse, she does not take up, she does not accept. Okay, now if such operators, sentence is this is a passage, if such operators are not held accountable, the industry, if we are not blaming, if we are not considering that unethical tour operators, see, unethical tour operators, if they are not held accountable, the industry will not survive. Open and honest ecotourism marketing as well as, so what we can do now, critics are saying, so open and honest ecotourism marketing as well as world recognized accreditation. See, for both everything there is an accreditation, right? World recognized, international accreditation, foreign accreditation, world recognized, okay, global accreditation must be endorsed. Endorsed means they should be having supported, they should be supported, must be endorsed and implemented. Okay, so endorse means it's a good vocabulary. Endorse means to make a public statement. Okay, endorse means to make a public statement of your approval or support for something or someone, which basically means you are approving or supporting something. That is known as endorsed. Okay, the council is expected to endorse the committee recommendations formally. I fully endorse. Endorse means I agree everything the chairman has said. Okay, let me read this for you. Okay, the sheer means complete, or you can say large volume of tourists wanting to visit unique unspoiled, synonyms, pristine environments is also a cause for concern. Everyone want to visit unspoiled environment like canyon. It's like a pristine places. Okay, less visited places. Not nowadays. Evidence of the need to restrict the number of environments is also a cause of concern. Evidence of the need to restrict a number of visitors to sensitive, delicate areas. Before we discuss that, exists in many ecotourist attraction already. So now tourist, name the tourist, right? So that is hikers and bushwalkers in Mount Kenya National Park have caused damage by straying from set trail, moving away from set trail. Trails means a narrow path through the forest or mountain. So where hikers are traveling, that is known as trail. Okay, that endmost part. So there is a set trail, and if they are traveling away, straying away, okay, and leaving food scraps behind. If foods we are leaving the food scraps behind, then there is a chance of wildlife attacking. Depending upon this food, or you can say they might chew, okay, these plastics, right? The number of orca whales visiting Canada has declined in impact means what? Decline in recent migratory season as the restrictions placed on whale watching boat and organized are thought to be inadequate. It's not adequate, opposite of inadequate. So ecotourism does not guarantee. So see, critics are saying ecotourism does not guarantee sustainable tourism and it should not be viewed as a complete cure. So conclusion, you can write this. Okay, cure for the problems that have beset tourism. What is the meaning of beset? Beset means trouble persistently. Okay. Okay, problems that have persistent trouble in tourism. That is known as this thing. You can use the same sentence, same ideas for your conclusion. This is the sentence. So, what is the word beset, right? Make sure you are using the vocabulary. That's why I am stressing on the vocabulary. With the amount of traffic nowadays, even a strip across town is beset, trouble with dangers. Until all stakeholders means shareholders, agree to a definition of ecotourism, insists that ecotourist operators abide means good vocabulary used every time, follow by a secret code of ethics and carefully monitor the impact. Strict code of ethics. So in the conclusion you can see tour operators strict code of ethics, carefully monitoring the impact of ecotourism. Fragile sensitive ecosystem will continue to be besieged by tourists. Okay, This is the meaning of stakeholders, which means share. Besiege means, okay, this is the meaning. To surround a place, especially with an army, to prevent people or supplies getting in or out. See, like if this from this sentence you will be getting, the town had been besieged for 2 months. It has been under attack. It's surrounded, especially with an army, to prevent people or supplies, so the people can't go inside, go outside. That is known as besieged. Okay, which means a lot of people surrounding them. That is known as besiege. Okay, if town had been besieged, large number of people surround them for 2 months, but still resisted the aggressors. So that is the meaning over here. Will continue to be besieged. Besieged means continue to be, there will be large number of hordes of tourists. You can say besieged means a negative meaning, besieged by the tourist, or you can say vacationist. So this is the end. Okay, this is the sentence from Bible. So delight, be happy yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desire of your heart. Desires of your heart. Say sometimes it's an option. It's not an option. We have to always be happy in the Lord. The whatever that's happening in their life right now won't be something happy. There might be unhappiness, but you intentionally have to be happy in the Lord. Whatever God, even if you are going through a tough situation, try to be happy. Then definitely the God will give you the desires. Whatever you wish for, the God will give you. Thank you.